Karibu sana auntie.
Asante.
Mambo namna gani? Fiti tu inakuaje?
Poa.
So yule auntie Lily ambaye tumeona kwa TV na huyo ambaye tumeketi naye na watu wawili tofauti.
Extremely different people.
How can you differentiate that?
Because Lily is Lily, she has her own life, you know, she's that kind of a girl who lives in a house in Vipingo.
All right.
Drives a big car, they own a fashion house, you know, and Stephanie is just an artist. To some extent, she is me.
How did you come to realize that you had a talent?
Since I was in primary school.
Like for real?
Yeah, I used to do public speaking.
Oh.
Yeah, I used to do public speaking, I used to act, actually from class 3.
Right.
I used to act. But then when I got to class 5, I started doing public speaking.
Okay.
Yeah, and I used to go with it all the way to the national level.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and in high school I still pursued acting and stuff like that.
Okay.
In fact, I remember, I think tunajua kwamba ni kama kwa mashule yote, ma form 4s, they don't take part in those activities.
Yeah.
They don't. Lakini mimi niliruhusiwa drama.
Wow.
Yes, I was in drama from form 1 all the way to form 4.
Wow.
Yeah, and I remember, and I thank God I went to a good school that really appreciated and acknowledged talent. And so I remember during our last supper in the school as a form 4, I was awarded by the late President Moi a gift for being a good for being good in drama and stuff like that, and standing with it to the end. Yeah, so
ile siku ya kwanza kabisa umejua sawa inaonekana kwenye TV, how was the experience?
That was in the year 2000.
Okay, now we are talking about 20 years ago.
Yeah, I'm talking about 20 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had just finished school. I was very young, and that was in KBC. Well, I didn't know what to expect. Yeah, but I was not so nervous. Yeah. In fact, nowadays I get more nervous when either I'm doing interviews or I'm going on stage for a play or something, or than what I was then, because I had a lot of confidence in me.
And energy.
Unajua ile energy kutoka shule. I had it, you know. Yeah, so it was amazing. And then also nilikuwa naenda, I was going to act with people I have been seeing on TV.
Yeah.
Unajua? Wengine wameshatuacha.
Ndio.
Yeah, kina Yusuf Dalo, if you know. That time Dalo was acting as my dad.
Yeah.
So can you imagine, like 10 years later he acts as my husband. Kwani inamaanisha kwamba he's not growing old? Is it just me who is growing old? As in one time he's acting as my dad, then suddenly he's my husband.
How?
This industry surely. It can reduce you to something or can increase you to anything. Unaelewa? Yeah, so it was amazing.
Yes.
That was my journey. That's when I started, and then after that, I think it was only for 2 years. That was in KBC.
Yeah.
And that was the only station then.
Raised and born in Mombasa?
I was born in Mombasa. I was raised in Mombasa.
Okay.
But I really didn't school in Mombasa.
Oh, okay.
I did my first years in life. After that, I schooled in Makueni.
Okay.
And then I also schooled in Nakuru. I stayed in Nairobi for 10 years. Yeah, so I came to Mombasa in 2012.
Okay.
Officially, up until now.
Okay.
And I'm not leaving anytime soon. unless and until it is very, very necessary for me to leave.
Do you want to convince me that ukikuwa Mombasa sometimes kuingia kwenye game na industry lafu utoboe na kwa ngumu? Because even katika artists, the musicians, wana concept kwamba you cannot be that big person kama uja step into the platforms za Nairobi. Kwa hivyo kama ni kuanza usanii anzia Nairobi. It's not the reality.
That's a lie. And whoever wants to challenge me, let them challenge me. That's a lie.
Okay.
Yeah. I just feel like sometimes we run away from Mombasa, from who we are, from where we were raised. And then I ask myself, okay, so I run away, and then uko nani atajenga?
Ndio.
Ni kama kukimbia nyumbani. Utakimbia nyumbani, utakimbia wazazi wako, lakini utakuja kupata walihama pale pale. You understand? So I feel like we have done an injustice to Mombasa as artists.
Yeah.
Because big talents zimetoka Mombasa, ziko wapi sasa?
Nairobi.
Zinafanya Nairobi.
Yeah.
Do they come back to give back? They don't. They don't. I think they need to come back. You understand? So I feel like unaona watu kama kina Ruben Odanga, the producer of Selena, kina Lulu Hassan, the producer of Aziza and Maria and all that. They've done great because they always come back, and you know what? Because they believe in Mombasa, they believe in the talents here, so they always coming back to like do stuff with the Coastarians, because this is where the talent is in Kenya, by the way. Mimi utani convinced at Nairobi we have better than Mombasa. That is another lie. So whoever's business is good in Nairobi, I'm not denying that. But you really don't have to go and make it in Nairobi. Mbono si make it in Mombasa. What is it that is really inakuzuia? If it's the opportunities, that is fine. They are in Nairobi. Okay. Then what do we do to bring the opportunities to us?
Okay. Kuna kasumba watu wanapenda sana kusema kwamba watu wa Mombasa kuna leo tumejizembea, tumekaa tungoja maembe yanguke. Unajua ndio msemo ambao umetumika sana. Kizungumza Mombasa sikia mne wamekaa ngoja nazi zianguke na madafu ndo wale. Maybe hiyo ndio imetusumbua.
Ni ukweli. Ni ukweli kabisa. Watu wa Mombasa ni wavivu, hataki kufanya kazi, wanataka handouts. Kwanza wasanii. Let me just speak for me.
Okay.
For artists. You know, like an artist doesn't want to go and rehearse his work. Ni msanii mgeni wa Mombasa ushasikia ametengeza concert yake akachajua watu wakaenda kulipa, watu wakaenda kuwatch show.
So they need to up their game.
Watu wanangojea gig. What if those gigs don't come? Akuchagua na gig since Corona hit Kenya. So I feel like ni kama Mombasa we have lost a lot of business opportunities because we are not thinking out of the box. We are thinking like there's a box. For me, I don't think there's a box. We need to think like there is no box. So think like there is no box. For me, I feel like we've lost a lot of opportunities as Mombasa. We are a tourist destination center. And we need to be just that. I'm telling you, like, watu wakitoka Nairobi, whoever big shots wakitoka Nairobi, wanatakanga kuja kula viazi karai.
Hizo.
Na ndio tunawapeleka kwa hizo places zenye tunaziita dingy. Atuko macelebs waende. Huko ndio wanatakanga kwenda. Yeah, and they go and they enjoy. You understand, yeah? So for me, I feel like we need to have such kind of a place. Unaona kwa mfano kama Mama Ngina Drive.
Yes.
Mama Ngina Drive is that kind of a place now. You can imagine if all the foods zile za Mombasa, the Mombasa delicacies, the coastal delicacies, ziko placed along the Mama Ngina Drive. What will happen?
Business will boom, economic will be up and everything. Exactly. Yeah, definitely.
And it will not be a Tukutane Mombasa thing, a festival.
It will be our life.
It will be our life. Ikifika Saturday na Sunday, trust me,
tukutane huko.
Ni huko. In fact, Tukutane Mama Ngina Drive.
Yes.
It is going to be like that. In fact, maybe hata inaweza kuwa ni maskani ya kila jioni. Because tunataka kahawa chungu.
It's true.
Kwa zile vikombe. Let them create a space where tunaweza kaa chini kwa mkeka. Maana kesi tutakaa chini, kukaa hivi hata naumia hivi. Waelewa? Yeah. So that kind of, that's why for me it's not about me ukiniita celebrity. Nataka kwenda kula viazi karai. Kuna siku chani kwambia kuna siku and I think I really need to talk to those people who think they're celebrities. Kuna siku mtu alinipata hapa. Yeah. Akaniuliza akansalimia ni, you know, everyone gets his gut. Antilili. Akansalimia, we talked nini. And then a tuk-tuk had come to pick me. And then she asked me, and I liked her honesty, and I liked that question, because I think I gave it a very good answer. And she asked me like, Sasa Auntie Lily, let me ask you, you don't feel embarrassed when you, maybe when you're walking on the road instead of driving and stuff like that? Nikamwambia, I'm glad umeanza na Auntie Lily.
Yes.
That is Auntie Lily. That is not me. I am a normal girl who has a normal life. I panda matatus if I need to. I go for Ubers if I need to. I drive if I need to. I do not have a car. I don't have to have a car for me to have the celebrity status.
Yeah.
I used to work in an organization, and Bill Gates used to support that organization. So one day, we were notified through email that Bill Gates is in Kenya. Apparently, we waited for him and we never saw him. So, kumbe alienda, I don't know kama ni Marsabit, some of these remote areas. Akaenda kwa duka, kibanda. So unajua vibandani? Akaenda kwa kibanda, akaenda kununua paracetamol. watu hawakujua yeye ni nani. Of course mali kama huko expect to yeye ni nani, unaona ya. So in that story we got it the following day, because it was all over our social not on social media, on our blogs, on our work blogs and emails and stuff like that. And it's because Bill Gates supports a lot of health whatever issues, in Kenya. So what he did is he just wanted to ascertain, he just wanted to know kama dawa zake zinauzwa, kwa sababu yeye anapeana vitu bure, ana expect watu wapewe bure, so hata elewa akienda kupata, and maybe that is something he had had. When you understand, Bill Gates, I can't even call him a celebrity. He's
just a normal person.
He's just something else. Sawa. So mimi ndio nianze kujita celebrity, nianze kununua gari na pesa ya mkopo, ambayo my next project depends on kama nitakuwa na sauti ama sina sauti. God is God. God anaamkanga siku moja anakwambia tu wewe umeanza tabia za Nebukadneza. Kwenda huko,
what you do?
Unashikwa na chikungunya for like 1, 2, 3 months. Yeah, and then your next job was depending on that. What will you do to that car? That's why celebrities are very miserable right now. Depression is hitting them so hard because drugs. Because sometimes we live lives that are not ours. We live according to how the society
expect us to behave.
Can you imagine? Expectations. You know, so the society will always expect stuff, but you don't have to really do what the society tells you to do, because that's not you. If they expect you to be this, tell them,
I'm not
that's
there
not
yet.
me.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah, this is me.
Have you ushaika siku moja ukaregret kwa nini umekuwa msanii?
Never ever.
The biggest challenge umepitia?
I quit my job in 2015 to do art full time.
Wow.
And in 2015 I did not have a project on TV ama sijui wapi. I was just doing stage plays. So mimi nikasema, maybe hii mambo ya theater I work kwa sababu niko job. I was getting a 6-figure salary. I used to have per diems 25 days a month. So I used to actually cooler my per diem, not even the salary.
Wow.
So
And
I was living
good.
a good life. I'm a social worker by profession.
Yeah.
I never want to say that. Yeah, so, but I said, maybe this is not working because, and I was tired because I was in the organization for 6 years. It was time for a move. And that was the biggest and the deepest dive I've ever taken in my life because it costed me.
Risk.
It was a very big risk. And the gratuity I got from my job, I shot my first film in 2016.
Wow.
That I launched in Cinemax, Michael, in the bigger cinema that is 375 seater capacity, and it was full house. It was actually full house. Watu walibaki nje wakiuliza tickets.
Wow.
Yeah, and in 2016, after that, in 2017 was my hardest year. I was like, what did I do again?
Things are like,
I'm like, no. Then I talked to my mentor. I told her, I think I want to go back to employment. Then he's like, because I remember when I was quitting, I told him. And I told him my reasons for quitting. And then when I told him I want to go back to employment, he told me one thing. He told me, Stefan, remember the reason why you quit.
Wow.
And that was it. I never looked back. It was my hardest year. I was broke. I was broke in 2018. I was broke in 2017. I mean, yeah. But, you know, you pick up pole pole and, yeah, I can't say I regret because for me, if you ask me, I think, and, you know, I have been here in Swahili Pot. And I think I have created a positive change to a lot of young people. And for me, I think that's the best way I can give back to the community.
Yeah.
Yeah, as an actor, as a social worker. Because in the end, I'm a social worker by profession. That's what I studied. Okay. And so I always want to come back to the community.
Now, when we dwell in the community, nataka ku understand two things. Kuna mentorship na kuna the risk that the youth need to take for them to prosper in whatever calling that they have. Do you think majority of us youths are not becoming who we want to become kwa sababu hatuna mentors?
No.
It's not the reason.
No. The reason is we don't allow ourselves to be what we want to be.
Okay.
Why? Because we are enslaved by our own impossibilities.
All right.
Yeah. So I feel like most of us do not have mental freedom because we think very lowly of ourselves.
Okay.
we don't think about the possibilities that we could actually have. It's not about mentors. Because how many people have made it without mentors? Wengi sana. Wengi. Juzi tu ndio tumeanza kusikia basi neno la mentor. So we are like, I need a mentor. For what? Well, it's good. No, I'm being very honest. It's good. And but the people who really made it in life,
struggled.
They struggled for it. They never had mentors. And those mentors they're talking about, they were just seeing them and following what they do. Wanawa follow kama ni online, wanawa Google, wanafuata. Hey, we anafanya hivi. This is their secret. Yeah. Saizi, we need mentors to sit down with us and talk to us, which is a good thing, yes. But then, have you ever thought about that person kule kwa village mwenye hana huyo mentor na hata pata huyo mentor?
Ushajiita mkutano peke yako?
I think every single day of my life. Yeah. Hey, those meetings are very important. Those are the meetings that people never have with themselves. And that's what I'm saying, we are enslaved. Because we don't even think that we can have a meeting with ourselves. What I call myself for a meeting for every single day is to remind myself of the possibilities that lie ahead. And the many opportunities that we are yet to grab. And I always remind myself one thing. And maybe that is one thing that maybe, I don't know, I know people do, but maybe people think it's part of spirituality. I don't think so. People need to be grateful for what they have, who they are, where they are, what they are. People just need to embrace gratitude as a way of life. Acha nikwambie kitu moja. Tumezoea kulalamika kila siku.
Yeah.
Oh jamani, watoto wangu hawajakula. Jamani, hata sijui nitafanya nini, mimi nilifutwa kazi. Jamani, mshahara umepungua. Jamani, sisi wasanii hatuna kazi, sijui itakuwaje. Tuwapiga kelele kila siku. We complain every single day. And the worst thing is, the mouth you're complaining with, ulipewa. Una meno. Una ulimi. Una mate. Una sauti ya kupiga kelele. But that same mouth, you can't even use it to say, oh goodness, maybe I have complained enough. I think I need to shut up and just say thank you. Yeah, so for me, I think gratitude is one attitude that I embrace every single day of my life. You know what? I have not made it in life.
You are still here too.
Yes. And you know, I am happy because every single day I make a very small step, which for me is more than enough. So long as you get out of bed every single day with that purpose. So I need women and young girls to create a purpose in their lives. And the moment you have a purpose in your life, everything else becomes automatic. Because kama hauna purpose, huamka waendapi. But the moment you create a purpose in life, then you have a lot of questions every day that you need to answer every day, and it becomes exciting. Because there's something you're doing in your life. So why I'm saying that is because, for example, if my purpose in life is to just get married to a sponsor, as in, and then ukija uniulize purpose yangu in life ni nakwambia mimi nataka tu kuolewana, hata sitakwambia, because it's embarrassing to say that. So you actually have to have a purpose, and a purpose always has goals, and you have reason why you're doing that, and very good reasons ambazo unaweza mamako na babako.
Why is it that most of the youths karibu ambao tuko sasa age 34 mpaka age 25 or let's say 20, the successful part of us ni wasichana kuliko wanaume? And nowadays tumeambiwa wanaume ndio tumekuwa tumelegea, tunafugwa, tunalelewa, tunafanywa mimi a lot of things. Do you think hii issue ya improve the girl child ndio inafanya boy child yakalala?
No. I think it's because, you know, that's one way we look at it. And okay, maybe we are saying the same thing, but I think we are focusing so much on the girl child, which is okay.
Yeah.
Because also the girl child, even up to date, are at risk with a lot of things. But you are forgetting the boy child. Mimi, I am always for men. Okay. Anytime. And for me, I feel like the man has been neglected. It's not even the boy child. It's the man. Okay. Because the man creates the boy. Because wewe kama ni babake mtoto wa kiume, then it's you need to focus on. So the day mke wako analeta mtoto wa kiume, you know what to, the kind of impact kupatia huyu mtoto wako wa kiume. So for me, I feel like we have neglected the man in the society. Why? Because we always feel like the man has it all. They don't say much. So everyone always assumes they are. And for me, I get very passionate, especially when I talk about mental health matters. And for me, the man has been a focus that we have refused to focus on. So for me, I think we have neglected the man in the society. Okay. And the society is to blame. Because we are always thinking that the man has it all. Ask yourself a question that I always ask people. Why are the numbers of suicide cases in Kenya, not even in Kenya, in the world, more in men than in women? Yeah. Most of the people watakwambia, waongee wao wapendi kuongea mambo yao. Inside. Uongo. Tushawauliza. Hatuwaulizi. We always feel like, you know, when my husband comes home from work, I don't bother to ask vipi. Well, we ask, but we don't bother to ask. Kukaa chini tukumuuliza, kazi yako imekuaje? How has it been? How has the month been? Wewe unamuuliza tu vipi mwangu uko poa nini, acha nikutoe viatu, sijui nikupikie. He has bigger problems than food. Yeah. Do you really get to understand the state of his work? Ama ile siku atafutwa kazi ndio unapaka unaenda unamrushia maneno yote. I think a man is better to understand, is easier to understand, because mwanamume ukipata engage, they get to talk to you. Yeah. But if you don't engage them, they will not. That's why we think that men are quiet in nature. No, it's because we don't inquire. We don't ask them questions. So they don't even find the need to answer.
I think we are learning, and I'm so grateful for this talk, and I'm feeling it inside now. Whatever she's trying to
nafikiri uko na issue.
Not an issue as such, but
it's okay.
Nimeielewa in deep inside.
Can I tell you something else? It's very sad that during this COVID period, during the first 2-3 months of COVID period, we lost almost 5 to 6 men.
Yes.
Ambao waliuliwa na their spouses. Explain to me about that. I'm not going to talk about women, because women, for the longest time, they've been battered in marriages and killed in marriages. But during this COVID period, ndio tumeona only those 6 people, 5 people. So what are the numbers that we don't know?
Many.
So men are going through domestic violence in their houses. Lakini wao wasemi. Do we care? No. I don't know. We don't care.
Now, there's that young boy outside there looking at you, and she's like, Auntie Lydia, I'm so inspired with your stories. Is there a session that you can organize for us to come and have a chat and talk to you? We need you to be for us.
Okay, so I'm a mental health advocate.
Yes.
And how I do this is through my art. Because for me, my biggest mantra is service through talent. Okay. That is my mantra. What I do is, one time in 2017, I sat and I thought I'm a counselor as well. Yeah. So I always received phone calls, hey, can we talk? All those kind of phone calls. And I realized people are very depressed.
Yeah.
And so I said, I'm going to talk about depression in theater, through monologues. And that is what I started doing in 2017 April. So I've done more than 30 monologues addressing different issues. I've had women edition where it's just women and I'm talking about women issues. I've had men edition. And I have something to share about the men edition. Okay. During the men edition, I was only targeting 20 men because I was not sure men are going to come. Yeah. Wajua wanaume wapendi kuongea their inner stuff, like we keep saying. Yeah. So I targeted 20. I normally target 30 because mental health is very sensitive. So I target a smaller number ndio ikue
na time ya kudiscuss.
Because I normally have a psychologist when I'm performing. Okay. Ndio after that he ended up to take over the session. So that day we had a client, rather an audience. He came, alikuja mapema sana. The show is at 7. Oh. He came at around 4. Wow. Mbona umekuja mapema? Mimi najua show iko 7, so it's okay. I just sit around and hang around. Okay, fine. So he came, he sat around, and around 6:30 he entered the tunafanyia hapa juu. Place like this one. Yeah. So after the session, during the discussions now, he said, oh, by the way, the age was very balanced. Okay. There were 25-year-old, 30s, 40s. He was around 56 or 58. He was the oldest. And he said, anaomba sana tukuwe na support groups. Aliomba sana, yani, because he was having a lot of problems. Na mke wake, na mtoto wake. In fact, alikuwa na kata hapa, walifight na kijana wake. Or hivi like. And the wife never supported him. Rest in peace. Thinking, okay. What the hell? What just happened? Then I decided, apana, I need to confirm. I called his number. Na yeye ndio ameaga. Sasa I said no, I can't. I don't. Kisema acha nipige namba yake. Nikapiga namba yake. Piga namba yake, mtoto wake ndo akashika simu. Kaambia, hey, my name is Stephanie, blah blah, and I wanted to speak to so and so. She was like, who are you? I told her, I'm so and so. I used to be with him at certain place, because I've been with him a couple of times. Yeah. So she was like, oh, okay, sawa. Kaambia, okay. So I have seen something and I've heard something. I don't know. I just want to confirm it's true. She said, yes, it's true. Yeah. So I asked her what happened, and she said he had a stroke. So like, okay, sawa. I hang up. I called my psychologist, C.E.O. I hang up. Immediately, I called psychologist. I'm like, hey, do you remember that client? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, yeah. He has just died. She was like, okay. She just said, okay. So I asked, okay, what was the cause of death? Because niliambiwa ni stroke. Is it stroke? Kaniambia no. It's depression. Because most of the people who have a stroke, some of them, is because of depression. And his was very bad. Yeah. And so I really cried because I felt like it was my fault. Because maybe if I had these sessions, he would have come and, let it out. Because he really needed a platform to just talk. And apparently, of all my sessions, at a youth session, women edition, venye wanapenda kuongea, the men edition was the longest edition.
Wow.
Tulianza show 7, my show was, I think, 45 minutes. Na tulitoka up around 10:30.
What?
Yes. Yes. So I really felt bad, and I felt like I think I should have taken a responsibility. So I called my mentor, so Flani is dead. Like, okay.
Wow.
Now you understand, like for me, this man issue is personal. Yeah. And he was not like a personal friend. No, he was not. Yeah. But it's someone I respected as a father. He was really good. He loved art. He loved theater. Yeah. So.
Well, okay. This has been so amazing.
So we were talking about the boy child.
Yes.
So I think we've gotten an answer out of that
story.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
Now, there's this one thing concerning still the youth and the empowerment on how youth things are being done. I believe this place where we are in is a breeding hub for the youth.
Yes.
But there have been so many questions about the youth. Na mimi nikasema, nikifika pale nikipata musika, I'll just ask. This month mko na event, last year mko na event, the other month mko na event, but the people that we are seeing on those screens are the same people we used to see, we will see, and we expect to see. Why hakuna ile rotational basis ya kwamba county hii ama ward hii wamekuja hawa, we choose like mtusani huyu, we choose like huyu akona, you see? But kuna wale ambao huyu ni wa mahali fulani, huyu ni wa pale ni kwao. Why such?
I think mostly of what you're saying is we see a lot of that on TV. Okay. Yeah, and well, it is something that the producers are really trying to maybe probably get rid of by engaging new faces, engaging new talents, because we have a lot of talents ambazo hatuja exhaust.
Yeah.
And kuna hiyo kitu ambao umesema, or maybe wao wanaweza sema sisi ni wakina hawa. That also is one of the things that really napeleka development nyuma. This is Swahili Pot Hub. This is a hub for artists and techies. Yeah, and what we do for us, we invite anybody and everybody. Because unapata we work within the 6 sub-counties. Yeah. I mean, we work within the 6 counties. Yeah. So unapata kuna wasanii kutoka Kwale, kuna watu kutoka all the way from Kilifi. unajua, and some of them come here every single day. You know, just to be and to just get to network with other people and stuff like that. So for me, I would say, ukiniuliza mimi, I think in the last 4 years, Swahili Pot has done really amazing to integrate and to make sure that all youths are one. So ile kuwa separate. And that is why maybe unaweza pata. That's why Swahili Pot iko na techies, iko na artists. Yeah. Have you seen any other hub in Kenya that has techies and artists? No. It's not. Because techies and artists, people think they can't coexist. We do. We actually coexist very well. And we started out as a tech hub, but then tulipoingiliana na wao, hapa hata ukikuja by the way utajua tech ni nani na artist ni gani. Siku hizi wamekuwa pia wao wanaongea tu kama wasanii. You know, because there's that. So that's what we gave them and there's what they've given unto us. Yeah, so for me, I would think like we need to integrate our services. We need to integrate with each other so that we are more one than more apart. Because when we are together, we work better than when we are apart. This is a community center. Yeah. This is a community space. Yeah. And Swahili Pot is for everybody. Okay. So you don't have to just do what. You just
bring yourself here.
Bring yourself. Kuja hapa kapo. Watu wakufuze tuone. It is just that simple. When I came to Mombasa in 2012, my first play in 2013 was on drugs. It's called Zuena. It received massive feedback. So for me, it's an issue that hii pandemic ni mtoto. Okay. Hii pandemic inapita, wacha inapita. Lakini drugs kind of ni kama zimekita mizizi. Yeah, and I'm not sure the leaders are doing anything about it. I'm not sure. I don't think they are. The private sector, they're really trying. Kina reach out Mewa, they are really trying. Diani, ya kule kwa kina Maina, they're really trying because but they can just do so much. Because the amount of drugs intake in Mombasa and the drug addicts in Mombasa, they are more than those spaces can actually even have. So for me, it's a big concern because niko na watoto. Yeah. And my kids,
they mingle with other kids.
Yeah, watoto wako watakuja kuchanganyikana na hao. Mitaa yetu ni ile ile. Yeah. Drugs are everywhere in Mombasa. And I'm not even talking about maskani ama nini. Siku hizi drug dens kwa sababu tuko corona period na watoto waendi shule ni kwa manyumba. Yeah. And especially for the rich kids, ni kwa manyumba.
Na wanaona.
Exactly. Because for me, Zuena was all about, we were focusing on that poor child who's a drug addict. Tunasahau ya kwamba hawa watoto wa kidosi. Now these are the real drug addicts.
True.
But we never focus on them. You need to go back to why are we together? Yeah, because umeulizelo swali limeegemea upande mmoja. Wanauliza wewe kama boy child.
Yes.
Lakini hili ni swali la watu wawili kujibu. Because these two people ndio wanasema siku zote love is never enough. Love is never enough because what if that love is not there? What happens? Yeah. That's why I always say that it's very good for people who get together and get married to be friends first and very good friends. So that when that love is not there, then this friendship will hold. This friendship will hold the two of you. So kama ulikuwa waja na kuvua viatu, mimi nitakuvua viatu kwa sababu wewe ni best yangu. Yeah. Alafu ni tukae chini unipigie story nini. And maybe probably we will not have sex for the next 3 months kwa sababu sote tuko depressed. Yeah. But the friendship tutakuwa tupiga story, tukienda tukinywa chai ya rangi, tukicheka, tukikumbuka kwa sababu sisi ni mabeste. Yeah. So the friendship
should be key.
Yes. So you need to remember. So I just want to say this to this boy child, to the girl child, to you men and women, and to all my fans. Find your purpose in life and follow it through. Also cultivate gratitude as an attitude that you need to carry every single day of your life. And then also, we have a lot of cases of depression in Kenya. Maybe kitu moja ningependa ku-encourage ni kwamba do you first. Do not follow through to someone's expectations. Yeah, and focus on your mental growth first before anything and everything else. But otherwise, Thank you so much for following me. Thank you so much for being my fans. And I appreciate you. Oh, and on the 19th of September, I'll be launching my next film on mental health. And this will be discussing amazing, amazing matters. And it's going to be a hangout. Every single Thursday, I have a Steph's Hangout where we discuss matters that matter. With me, the Queen herself. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, and that has been our time. If this is the first time you're watching us from whatever place you are in this globe, be sure to subscribe, because this is the only place that we've been telling you. Tunakuletea watu ambao watakuinspire, watakumotivate, and they'll make you understand the real meaning of life and how you need to behave for you to be who you want to be. Thank you so much, and that has been our time. We are signing out.